Thank you for joining me today to discuss the importance of transitioning from traditional 1980s style employer to an employer of the future. Our goal is to explore the benefits, challenges, and necessary steps to transform our organization into a forward-thinking competitive employer. I am Carlos Clark, your HR consultant. Changing the landscape, the business environment is rapidly evolving. Driven by technological advancements, changing employee expectations, and market dynamics. The companies that adapt to these changes gain a competitive edge, attract top talent, and foster innovation, while those resistant to change risk falling behind. So let's take a moment to define the employer of the future. An employer of the future is an organization that embraces new ways of working and incorporating technology effectively. It nurtures a flexible and inclusive culture and prioritizes employee development and engagement. Here are some of the benefits of becoming an employer of the future. Competitive advantage, attracting and retaining top talent in a tight labor market. Increased productivity, enabling employees to work smarter and more efficiently. Enhanced innovation, by fostering a culture of creativity and idea generation. Improved employee engagement, creating a motivated and satisfied workforce. So I understand that a lot of you guys may have some concerns out there about transitioning to the the employee of the future style versus the 1980s style of employer. So let's talk about the outsourcing myth versus reality. The myth is, outsourcing leads to job loss and decreased control. But the reality is that strategic outsourcing can improve efficiency, reduce costs, and free up resources for higher value tasks. It also allows us to tap into specialized expertise and access a larger talent pool. So another concern you guys had was about temporary employees. So I guess the concern is more so resistance to hiring temporary employees due to perceived lack of commitment or loyalty. So the solution to this is that temporary employees can provide flexibility, right? They meet our seasonal demands and bring fresh perspective. With proper onboarding and integration, they can contribute to our success. So, the competency approach, a key to future success. So, the competency approach focuses on identifying and developing the skills, knowledge, and behaviors needed for success in specific roles, also known as KSBs. Aligning competencies with job requirements leads to improved performance, increased employee satisfaction, and effective succession planning. So let's talk about the implementation and the roadmap ahead, right? So, I wrote these down into steps, and each slide will go over the steps that I have here. So, step one is to assess the current state, right? We will conduct a comprehensive analysis of our organization's strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, also known as SWOT. We will gather employee feedback through surveys, focus groups, and interviews to identify areas for improvement. So speaking of SWOT analysis, to show the needs to begin the process of changing from being a traditional 1980s style employer to an employer of the future, the next three slides will provide that SWOT analysis. So on this slide, let's take a look at these bullets representing the strengths and weaknesses. So starting with the strength, uh, we will establish a reputation and brand recognition in the industry. We'll have a dedicated and experienced workforce, strong customer relationship and loyalty, and a solid financial position and stability. Uh, right now, our weaknesses are outdated HR practices and policies, limited investment in technology and automation, lack of employee development and upskilling programs, and inefficient communication and decision-making process. So here are the opportunities. Emerging technologies that can enhance productivity and efficiency. Changing employee expectation and preferences. Growing demand for diverse and inclusive workplaces. And availability of online learning platforms for upskilling employees. The threats we're facing is the increasing competition for top talent. Some may look at that as a good thing, but some may look at it as a bad thing. Rapid technological advancements disrupting traditional business models. Potential loss of market share to more progressive and innovative companies. And the inability to adapt to changing workforce demographics and needs. By conducting this SWOT analysis, we can identify the key areas that require attention and serve as the basis for developing a roadmap for transitioning into an employer of the future. This analysis helps us understand the urgency and significance of embracing change and taking proactive steps to stay ahead in the evolving business landscape. So speaking of needs, let's take a look at the implications of needs. Right. So we have enhancing HR practices. There's a need to update and modernize HR practices to align with the expectations of future workforces. This includes adopting technology solutions for recruitment, for performance management, and learning and development. Investing in technology. The organization should invest in automation and digital tools to streamline processes, improve productivity, and enable remote work capabilities. Employee development. Implementing comprehensive employee development programs, including training, upskilling, and career development initiatives to ensure that employees have the necessary skills for the future. Improving communication and decision makers. Creating transparent and effective communication channels, fostering collaborations, and implementing agile decision-making process to adapt to changing business needs. Step 2. Define future vision. Engage key stakeholders to collectively define the desired future state of our organization. Establish clear goals and objectives that align with the industry trends and employee expectations. Speaking of trends, table 2 and 3 on this slide and the next slide show recent and projected trends for 27 occupations that have been used as illustrations and widely cited work on the effects of robotic and the AI on employment. 23, most of the discussions will focus on the percent growth figures and the percent change columns of table 3. But the absolute number of jobs in Table 2 and the changes in absolute levels in the absolute change column of Table 3 are relevant to the questions of magnitudes and provided for reference. In both tables, occupations in the top panel are closer to pure cases in which technological drivers of employment are more likely to be exclusive robotic and AI. So as you see, looking at this chart, I put down the key positions uh, that will have most likely have a some type of robotic or AI in the future to replace the lower level workers. At the most basic level, concerns regarding automations are supported if occupations in panel A of this table are projected to decline sharply in the 2019 to 2029 period. And secondarily, if they also shrank in the 2008 to 2018 period with the birth of the modern AI industry. Nevertheless, with continued population and labor force growth, one might also focus on occupations whose growth was far below average for a given period. Step 3. Develop competency framework. Identify the core competencies required for each role and establish competency models. Integrate competency-based recruitment, performance management, and learning development processes. Step 4. Embrace technology. Invest in modern HR technology solutions for efficient talent acquisitions, performance management, and learning initiatives. Leverage data analytics to gain insights and make informed decisions. This goes back to step 2 when I just showed you the data for the next 10 years of jobs that are most likely to be replaced by some form of automation or AI, you know. So let's embrace the HR technology and get us prepared so we can keep our top performers and put them in different parts of the organization and use them to their full potential. Step 5, cultivate an inclusive culture. Foster a diverse and inclusive workplace that values different perspectives and promote collaboration. Implement diversity and inclusion initiatives such as unconscious bias training, mentorship program, and employee resource groups. This is the way ahead. Step 6, enhance employee development. Offer continuous learning and development opportunities to empower employees to acquire new skills and stay relevant. Implement personalized development plans and provide access to online courses, workshops, and coaching. Step 7, communicate and engage. Establish transparent and frequent communication channels to keep employees informed about organizational changes and initiatives. Encourage two-way communications and create platforms for feedback and idea sharing. Step 8, monitor and measure progress. Define key performance indicators to track the effectiveness of our transition. Regularly assess and adjust our strategies based on data and feedback. Embracing the future together. Transitioning to an employer of the future requires a collective effort and openness to change. By embracing new ways of working, nurturing a culture of innovation and inclusivity, and investing in employee development, we can position ourselves as a leader in the industry. What's the next step? I encourage you to reflect on the ideas presented today and engage in further discussions to explore the specific actions needed to embark on this transformative journey. Thank you for your attention. I am confident that together we can build a future ready organization that attracts, engages, and retains the best talent. Let's embark on this exciting transformation and embrace the opportunities of the future.